In the middle of the city square stood the statue of the Happy Prince. He was covered in fine gold that shone brightly in the sunlight. His eyes were made of deep blue sapphires, and a large red ruby sparkled on the hilt of his sword. People often stopped to look up at him with wonder, for he was the most beautiful statue in the whole city.
What a splendid statue, so beautiful, so grand.
Yes, it's beautiful. Our prince must have been truly happy.
But the prince was not happy. From his high pedestal, he could see the poverty, hunger, and sorrow in the streets below. He regretted not having done enough for his subjects when he was alive. And so, the Happy Prince wept.
How blind I was in life. I lived in a palace, never knowing suffering. Now I see misery everywhere.
One night, a little swallow, flying south for the winter, stopped to rest beneath the statue. But as he settled, drops of water fell on him.
What? No clouds, no rain, yet it's wet.
It was the prince weeping. The swallow perched on his shoulder and asked,
Hey, why are you crying? You are the Happy Prince.
Far below, I see a poor seamstress. Her child lies hungry and sick with fever, and she has nothing to give him but her tired tears. Little swallow, will you not pluck the ruby from my sword hilt and take it to her? She and her child are in need.
But my friends wait for me in Egypt. I must go before the frost comes.
Stay with me this one night, please.
Though reluctant, the swallow agreed. He plucked the ruby and carried it to the poor seamstress. He kept the ruby near the child and quietly flew away. When the poor seamstress saw the ruby, tears of joy rolled down her cheeks. The swallow returned, his heart warm with kindness. The little swallow had rested by the Happy Prince for a night. Winter was drawing near, and he longed to join his friends who were already flying south to warmer lands. But the Happy Prince looked down upon the city and saw another sight of sorrow. A poor man sat alone in his attic, cold and hungry, unable to finish his writing.
Little swallow, will you stay with me just one more night? Take the sapphire from my eye and give it to that poor man. He needs hope more than I need sight.
But Prince, I must fly away. The frost is near and I will die if I stay here.
Please, swallow. This man suffers more than you know. One more night, only one more act of kindness. Please.
With a sigh, he agreed. He plucked a sapphire from one of the statue's eyes and flew away with it. When the poor writer saw the sapphire, his eyes shimmered with hope, as he would have food to eat and firewood to keep warm. When the swallow came back, the prince told him to pluck the sapphire from the other eye and give it to a poor match girl standing in the other corner of the city. The swallow obeyed and carried the sapphire to the poor girl shivering in the cold. She had no shoes, no warmth, only a few matches in her hand and hunger in her eyes. The prince now asked the swallow to fly south.
My friend, winter is here. You should fly away. You won't be able to survive here.
But the swallow had changed his mind.
I'm not leaving, my friend. I'm staying here with you.
And he stayed there. They talked, laughed, and told stories to each other all night. They enjoyed each other's company and cherished the new bond of friendship. Next day, the king asked him to fly around the city and tell him what was going on. The swallow obeyed. He took a flying tour of the city and came back to the prince with a sad face.
I saw poor people on the streets starving for food. I saw a bunch of homeless kids shivering in the cold and looking for shelter.
My statue has a lot of gold on it. Please take it and give it all to the poor and needy.
And the swallow took out the gold leaf on the statue and gave it to the poor and the homeless. When they received the gold, their eyes lit up with hope and gratitude. And then came the snow. The whole city was covered in snow. The swallow was restless. He became weak and couldn't survive the harsh cold. He fell lifeless at the prince's feet. At that moment, the leaden heart inside the prince cracked in two. Next day, when the townspeople saw the dull statue and a dead bird beneath, they complained about it. The city mayor decided to tear it down, as it looked ugly now. So they tore down the statue and threw away the prince's heart, along with the swallow's body, in a heap of garbage, reuniting them even after death. Far up in the heavens, God had asked his angels to bring him the two best things on earth. The angels picked up the prince's heart and the dead swallow and brought them to God. God was pleased with them and said,
"These are indeed the two most precious things on earth. These shall live forever in God's city, for they loved and gave selflessly."
And so, the happy prince and the swallow found eternal joy, not in wealth or beauty, but in compassion and sacrifice. If you liked this video, please subscribe to our channel and press the like button for more such videos.